Good morning. I'm Andy Myers at Weiss Research.
I'm Jen Amos, and this is your morning market alert for Tuesday, April 26th. U.S. stocks are set to get back on track this morning after snapping a four-session winning streak yesterday. Investors are keeping one eye on Washington, where the Federal Reserve is beginning its two-day policy meeting. Economists say the central bank is likely to complete its second round of quantitative easing and decide to keep its monetary policy loose. But many are hoping Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke takes a firmer tone on battling inflation at his press conference following the decision. Despite the Fed meeting going on in Washington, investors' focus today seems to be back on corporate earnings. Lots of big names are out with quarterly results today, including two Dow components and major players in the auto and airline sectors.
Just a few minutes ago, Coca-Cola announced that its profit rose to nearly $2 billion in the first quarter, and sales climbed by 40%. But both numbers missed Wall Street targets, sending Coke shares down 1.5% in the pre-market. Meanwhile, shares of 3M are adding 3%. The maker of everything from Scotch tape to industrial adhesives posted a 16% increase in profit, topping estimates, despite taking a hit from the earthquake and tsunami in Japan. 3M also boosted its earnings outlook for the full year. And another of the day's biggest stock winners is Ford Motor. It's also gaining 3% after reporting that profit rose by almost $500 million over the same period last year, and revenue jumped by $5 billion. However, Ford said that the results later this year may not be as strong because of lower expected profit at its Ford credit unit and rising commodity costs.
Running through the rest of the big names out with earnings this morning. UPS beat expectations with its quarterly profit and sales figures and raised its full-year earnings estimate, pushing that stock up nearly 1% in the pre-market. Investors watch UPS's numbers closely because it's often seen as a bellwether for the overall economy. Meanwhile, Delta Airlines reported a wider first quarter loss compared to a year ago, but it wasn't as bad as analysts expected, and Delta's revenue rose 13% higher on ticket prices. Those shares are rising nearly 2% right now. Lockheed Martin may open higher as well. The military contractor boosted its full-year profit forecast despite reporting a slight decline in net income for the latest quarter. Lockheed also said it repurchased 3.5 million of its own shares over the past 3 months.
After the closing bell, we'll get quarterly numbers from Amazon.com. And after yesterday's close, Netflix reported an 88% increase in its first quarter profit, topping estimates. That prompted Maxim Group to upgrade Netflix to hold and Oppenheimer to raise its price target on the stock. But the company forecast earnings for the current quarter that were below expectations, sending Netflix shares down 6% in the pre-market. And finally, Oracle may open lower after it announced that Chief Financial Officer Jeff Epstein has resigned. The software company did not offer an explanation, but said that co-president Safra Catz will assume the CFO duties as well. That's the latest from Weiss Research. We'll be back after the opening bell with all the market reaction.